Hi guys, if you are watching this video properly, you are trying to upgrade your Model Y or Model 3 subwoofer. So the purpose of this video is to show you how to use our conversion kit to upgrade your Tesla Model Y Model 3 subwoofer. So here's the factory subwoofer. As you can see, the magnet in here is pretty small. So the reproduction of the low frequency sound from this subwoofer is not very great. Normally it's lacking of the punch. So what we do here is we use the aftermarket subwoofer to make it sound better. So in here we recommend two subwoofer which we have tested. It's actually matched with the car pretty well. The car only has a dual voice coil subwoofer with only 80x2 power rating. So you want to work with some subwoofer that has a very good efficiency. So in here we have a Audio Planet AC8D, which is a excuse me, dual voice coil as well, 4 ohms. And as you can see, the comparison of the magnet here is actually pretty big. So this one with a quite decent size of a magnet, and we have tested, and the efficiency is actually okay as well. And the second one we recommend is the Alpine W8D4 in here. So this one also have a very good efficiency, and it sounds good as well. So in this video I will use the Alpine as a demonstration for for the installations. So first of all, our kit come with a factory connector here. So we normally will ship out a bit longer wiring, because for some subwoofer you will need longer wiring. And with the replacement, first of all, what you want to do is to make sure the color of the wire is correct, because sometimes, even because we bought it in a wholesale from factory, so sometimes the guy who assembly this connector makes up the color. So you just have to make sure that it's black, red, blue, green. So the black is represent a negative connector terminal, and the blue is negative terminal, and the red and the green is the positive terminal of the subwoofer, which is here. So I'm going to take away the factory subwoofer here, and then we start working with Alpine subwoofer. So first of all, what we want to do is to tape the mount, the 3D printed mount, with a insulation foam. So we want to tape on the front, which connect to the subwoofer. In the back, connect to the box, the woofer enclosure. So so what you want to do is to make sure that you try to tape it on the outer edge of the mount, and do not cover the hole, the screw hole in here. So now I normally will do it without the subwoofer, because it's easier to do it, because the mount is actually quite light. So if you connect the subwoofer, you will having a hard time to move around it, because it's quite heavy, the subwoofer. So which is a very quick job in here. So and by the way, I forgot to mention that you need to have a screwdriver with a hex. I don't know what size is it. So we also come with the screw, because the depth of the mount is not very deep. So you want to use the right size of the screw. And then you can cut tape here, so we are done with the back. So now we want to tape on the front. So in this case, if you have a smaller tape would be better. If not, it's better to mark the screw location here. So the reason for that is that when you tape the insulation tape here, this will cover the screw hole here, so it's very hard to actually find the hole when you are doing the installation. So what I would like to do is to mark the screw with the marker, so I know where I should screwing it. So now I can just tape it. So now I'm going to tape the surrounding, so you would have a good seal with the subwoofer here, because you want to make sure it's very much airtight. So we are done. So now the mount of the adapter, you have to be careful that the top has 2 holes on it and the bottom is 1 each side. So when you're putting on to the enclosure of the car, this is going up and the wire is going down, so you want to make sure that your subwoofer connector is pointing the right direction. So in this case, the subwoofer is all in the bottom of the subwoofer, so I want to make sure that the case and the subwoofer is lined up this way. So you can see the 4 hole in here is lining up with the subwoofer top. So right now I will screw the subwoofer using a drill, you know, save the time. If you don't have a screwdriver, it's fine as well. So yep, there we go. Just make sure don't tight the screw 100%, and also to make sure not to strip the screw, because the 3D printed adapter they do not take a lot of torque to strip it. So if you tight it too much, you will strip the hole. So normally I will use the clutch in here to make sure that I do not damage the adapter. And the adapter is actually about 15 mm, so it's reasonably strong enough to hold it, because we have done it on over 100 cars without any problem. So just let me continue with the screwing. Okay, there we go. It won't take too long to prep the subwoofer. It's actually quite easy to do it. Last 2, it has total of 8. If you are using other model of subwoofer, the mount might not fit, but generally most of the 8-inch subwoofer do fit in the adapter. So I'm going to tighten all the screw now. we are now finished with the subwoofer. The final step is to make the connection. So if you have a long cable, make sure you cut into the right length, because if it's too long, you will have too much wire. So as you can see in here, the bottom of the factory subwoofer actually just needed this long. So I cut some of it to make sure it will fit. So now we just have to follow the factory subwoofer connection. So first of all, cut 2 small tape here. We want to tape the connector because this part is going to touch with the enclosure. So to minimize the vibrations, just like the factory, they have a tape on it. So that's the tape. And secondly, you need to strip the wire. So if you have the stripping tool, which is easy, you just have to do it this way. If you don't have it, a cutter would be fine as well. So I just have to walk around it, and then it will peel off the skin, the plastic skin of the wire. So now I use the tool, it's much quicker for me. So now we have all the wire here. So as you can see, this is a dual voice coil, so it has a 4 connector. What you want to do here is that they work as a pair, so you want to connect. Oh, sorry, my bad. One last thing I forgot. You want to have. We will come with the plastic tube here. So the function of this is to make sure all 4 wires stay together, because if not, when you put back to the enclosure, if this one get loose, the cable will stuck all around it. So it's very hard to, it might actually get crushed by the adapter if the cable is all messed up. So you want to have a tube to make sure they stay together, or you can use a tape. It depends on what you have. So right now, the red and the black is a pair, the green and the blue is a pair. So it's very easy, and what you need to do is to just push it down and then get the connection right. And if you are using the Audio Planet, they do not come with the spring connector, so you need to use soldering iron to solder the wire. But in this case, the Alpine subwoofer come with the spring connector, fast connector. So I just have to connect the wire. So let's say the black with the red, and then the green one is connect to the positive, which is the red one here. So let's, and that's all. And then if you are done, you can heat up with the I don't know what you call this, the plastic, the thermal tube, contraction tube. So now we are done with the subwoofer. So all you need to do is to take apart the trunk of the Model Y or maybe Model 3, and then you just have to fit it with the factory screw to get the perfect subwoofer replacement. And this way you do not have to cut any wiring, you do not have to replace the factory subwoofer, and they sound great. So thanks for watching, and just give you a comparison. So yep, you can see You know, it's a big difference. Thanks for watching again.